So, I'm participating in my first ever game jam. That's right. And this whole setup has no relation to that at all. But I needed something cool. So here we are. This is my son. This is my broken leg. Ludum 55 is the game jam competition that we decided to enter into. So, for those of you guys who don't know what a game jam is, it's basically an event where you just have to create a game from scratch, and they typically last for a weekend, and they usually come with a theme that we have to build the game upon. So, Ludum Dare is for 72 hours, and the theme for this Ludum Dare game jam was summoning. Now, I have no idea what we're going to make, but yeah, stay tuned to find out what we actually make of this theme. And as for this year, I decided to team up with some really talented people. First up, we have Gaia, super smart and creative, but has never coded in her life. Then we've got Abu. This guy can create something out of nothing, also loves biryani, and if push comes to shove, he'd become a coder. Next up, Harsirat. You'll never know what that guy's thinking about, but he can pretty much code up anything. He's our programming wizard in disguise. Finally, it's my turn. I'm basically the jack of all trades, master of something. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And now, with all that being done, let's get started with the next 72 hours. So it's currently about 11-ish, and I just came to the office. There's no we, and nobody's there, not even my team who I want to work with. Like, I just came in. For context, the time is, oh, what's wrong? Oh yeah, these are our ideas so far, but like, I'll explain that eventually. If we ever make the game, this video will only come out if the game is actually made. So it's currently 11 o'clock, and for context, the game jam started at 6:30. The game jam started at 6:30, and it's just me and for context, there's that guy. He's the other participant in our team. So there's just the two of us, and we are just devs. We have like these other two people who do design, and that's our team. And like, for context, the game jam starts at 6:30 a.m. 6:30 a.m. and it's currently 11:10, and we haven't done anything. So yeah, you guys need to stay tuned to see if this happens. And I don't think we'll be working on Monday, which is like the game, that's how long the game lasts for. So yeah, struggle is real, but yeah, we've thought of some ideas. Where is our team? What's our game gonna be? We have no idea. Okay, so about an hour later, everyone came, and then we started planning. So the goal was to kind of create something related to summoning. Now we had tons and tons of ideas. One was to kind of create this wave-based zombie game where you summon zombies to kind of eat plants. Yeah, kind of similar to something that you guys might have heard of. Then there was another idea where we need body parts to summon. You need to summon your body parts to clear a level, which kind of resonated with all of us. So we kind of decided to start building up on that idea and kind of seeing what kind of levels we would be making. So from going to a story related game, we kind of shifted towards a puzzle game, and after 3 to 4 hours of planning, we finally stuck with that. And yeah, now we're gonna do that. But first, we gotta have some biryani courtesy from Abu. So after that biryani, we got started with work, and that was around 2 p.m, which was pretty late, but yeah. So we divided the tasks where Abu would kind of do the level design to understand what kind of levels we would make, and also how the character would look like in just terms of the movement related perspective. Me and Harsirat split apart from the art team to kind of just get started with making mechanics, where he kind of did 2 mechanics and I did another 2. He handled the jump, if I'm not wrong, and I did the simple movement and sticking to walls kind of mechanic. And then later on we just combined them both. Now when it came to Gaia, she was mainly our concept artist, you could say, where she kind of made the concept of how we want our character to look like and the feeling that we wanted to give, which was mainly kind of resembling that of a real body. We're trying to go for that realistic look. So that's pretty much what we did on day one, and pretty much we kind of got a really good output in the sense that in terms of mechanics, a character could move left and right, it could also jump, and we had a few level ideas that we could make. So that was pretty good on our end, and then we just decided to close up for day one, which was at around 12:14, head back home, went to sleep, and then we began with day two. So day two was all about kind of adding on to what we created in day one with respect to the mechanics, the level design, and the art. For me, it was more about focusing on polishing some of the mechanics that we already created. We had around 3 mechanics, and basically each body part would unlock that particular mechanic. For example, you would require eyes to see, so we would have like a dark level at first. Then in the second level, you would get like your hands so that you can stick to walls, and then in the third level, you would have your legs so that you can jump onto platforms. That was the original plan, but you will, spoiler alert, you'll get to know what's there at the end. But yeah, so that is what I was mainly focusing on, and after I got that done, it was more about kind of adding on some shaders. For Abu, it was more about him doing his level design aspects where he had to kind of create not only 3 levels to kind of help the user understand what each body part unlocks, but to also create another set of maybe 2 or 3 more levels where we could kind of test the capabilities of combining both the moves together. And then finally to combine all 3 together, where you would get like a access to all the body parts, and eventually you would have your body. And all this would be tied together with a story that I at the moment was still thinking about. But yeah, I'll tell you about that in day 3. But so far so good. Well, for Harsirat, I didn't get to record much content, but he focused on the mechanic side of things where he wanted to add real life or real time physics to both the movement as well as the jump mechanics. So that's what he did. And he kind of wanted to push what he could do by kind of seeing if he could do this within the time limit. Whereas for me, I wanted to kind of add more life to our level that we had, and then I decided to create my very own first shader, which is a simple 2D glow. It was a pretty easy task, not gonna lie, but I had fun doing it, and well, the whole point of this game jam was to learn something new, and learning how to create my very own shader using the shader graph was pretty fine. As we were approaching evening, we decided to kind of merge all of our different tasks to see what we were working with. So we added Harsirat's mechanics, we added the VFX shader that I created, and finally Abu's level design, and this is what we got. Looks pretty cool. And this is what Gaia did. I'm just gonna let the images do the talking. It's just really amazing. So this is kind of how our entity would look like, and our character would be like with the hands, the leg, and the eye, and our entity with these wings to kind of resemble an angel. But yeah, the entity is what would basically give our character powers or body parts. Well, with the end of day 2, this is what we had, which is honestly pretty nice, but honestly, we felt like we could have done more. We tried to stay back to kind of finish off everything that we had to do, but honestly, it became a point where all of us were really exhausted, and whenever we tried to sit together to try to plan, all of our ideas were conflicting with each other, and we all just decided it was best to just close things off, end the day, and just get some rest and come back tomorrow and see it. Good morning. So I know I haven't recorded a face to face since the past 2 days, ever since the game jam started. Yeah, it's been that intense for the first game jam, but yeah, I am back. Today is supposedly day 3, and yeah, we've done quite a lot actually. Though we've done like a lot. We've gotten our levels, we've gotten the art, and we've gotten like a bit of mechanics. So yeah, currently we just need to like put them all together and see how they look. But yeah, hopefully we get to finish everything today, and we get to submit, and I can finally go to sleep. I slept at like, I don't know, I slept at 3 o'clock in the night, and I woke up at like 10. So yeah, the most amount of sleep I've had in the past 3 days. Totally. Is this worth it? Definitely. Will I do it again? I'll let you know at the end of this video. But yeah, so today is Monday and all of us have to actually go to work. So we'll be working the day and then we'll be switching to finishing up the game towards the night. So yeah, and what's left for me is I'm kind of making a story that kind of ties up the whole kind of game together. So yeah, that's about it. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the evening. I have to head to work. I'm like really late, but cool. Update. Day 3. Let's go. So after working, we immediately got started with planning for the third day, which is just kind of trying to put together what all we can make, because we came to the conclusion that it's not feasible to finish everything that we had planned. So we were just making a quick list on everything that each of us would need to do to complete, and according to the time left, we started around like 7 or 8 o'clock, which kind of results in around, I think, 10 hours to go. So that's what we did, and then I began to start working on creating the script as well as adding this SFX, which was very important. If only I could show you the SFX that I made, but you'll be able to see it when you play the game. And Harsirat worked on the mechanics, Gaia was finishing up on giving us the character, Abu was kind of quickly creating a few levels, and we were set. So that's pretty much it. And I didn't have enough time to record for the remainder of the part, so we'll just skip to the ending part, which is the submission, and that was quite hectic. So submissions close at around 6:30 and we started submitting at 6 o'clock. We totally underestimated that submission would take that long because we had to upload a WebGL file. We thought that it would take maybe like 5 minutes or so, but ironically mistakes happen and things fail. So we kind of uploaded our first WebGL file for the game on the web, and that failed. Like, it wasn't getting uploaded on Ludum website, and we also had to set up an itch.io page as well, which again we thought would take like maybe 5 minutes, but yeah, that also took time because we kept failing at it. But eventually we somehow pulled through and we kind of submitted it and we made a build. So the game is available to play for you guys, but disclaimer, we didn't really get to finish it. So there is an unfinished section for games on Ludum Dare, which is totally expected for first time people, maybe like to like not be able to finish a game in that much of time. But yeah, we finally uploaded it. I was dead, we all were dead. We basically stayed up the whole night until 6:30 in the morning, and then we finally went back home. I had to, of course, go for my physiotherapy for my leg checkup, which I will give an update on in the coming vlogs. But yeah, I went back home, went to sleep, thought I'd come to office the same day, didn't turn up to office. But yeah, it was definitely a fun experience. We did eventually give it to try it out, give it to our friends to try it out. They did have fun. Overall, it was a fun experience. Learned a lot. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you liked the video, enjoyed it. And yeah, stay tuned because I'm back and I'll be uploading more videos. Yeah, subscribe and stay tuned. Peace.